Hello everyone, welcome to this video that presented by Fifth Group. Now we're gonna talk about Discourse and Power by Michel Foucault, and I'm Hanaka Pilanatania as the first speaker. I'm gonna talk about discourse. So what is discourse? Michel Foucault argued that discourse means you have a range of statements that provide a language with a way of talking about something. It provides a language with a way of representing knowledge about a particular subject matter at a particular given historical juncture. So, discourse is not understood as a series of words or text prepositions, but is something that produces something else, such as ideas, concepts, or practices. Therefore, the main problem of discourse is who produces the discourse and what effects arise from the production of the discourse. In other words, every discourse production always has a marginalized effect. So the discourse is related to power or something that is considered as a tool or instrument aimed at self-formation or self-constitution. And this is in line with the statement of Clemens and Greek that state that discourse is a way to organize knowledge that forms the constitution of social relations through a collective understanding of discursive logic and acceptance of discourse as social fact. And the point is that discourse in practice direct in shaping social practice. As example like flood. Flooding can be considered as a matter of ordinary natural phenomena, but it also can be considered as a test, a trial of the wrath of God, depending on the discourse or the perspective that is used. And the perspective of citizenship will shape the next concrete action. This makes reality the realm of the struggle for what is considered as a good or bad, right or wrong, health or unhealthy, and so on. And the next presentation will be delivered by Agni.
Okay, hello, my name is Agni Monica. I would like to tell you about what has language got to do with power. Actually, both of language and power are relation to the purpose of Foucauldian discourse analysis. By means Foucauldian discourse analysis is concerned with language, and it is in the constitutions of social and psychological life, and it argues that language constructs social reality display with consequently subjectivity. So, in the other meaning, Foucauldian discourse analysis, which focuses on power relation in society as expressed through language and practice based on Michel Foucault's theories. So, the next explanation will be explained by Tiara.
My name is Tiara, and I will present about how might an understanding of discourse help us to interpret literary or filmic text. According to Adams in her work, Critical Legal Thinking, Foucault notes that discourse affects material distinctly, which makes him also mentions that practice systematically create the objects of which they speak. Discourse fixes text using specific meaning, and also disqualifies other meaning and interpretation. Foucault presents to us that discursive process reduces the contingencies, which known as the other meaning of the text. From this process, we know that understanding of discourse help us interpret literary or filmic text.
Hi, I'm Louie Zong. Next slide is talk about how does discourse relate to ideology. According to Michel Foucault, discourse is ways of constituting knowledge together with social practices. These forms of subjectivity and power relations inhere in such learning and connections within them. It is more than ways of thinking and producing meaning. Meanwhile, as defined by Michel Foucault, ideology is rejection as an idicate concept for three reasons. It always stands in virtual opposition to something else which is supposed to count as truth. It because the idea of ideology refers to something of the order of a subject. This is another way of saying that ideology is an unacceptable concept because it implies the existence of universal rationality and universal truth. Foucault rejects both ideas. More explanation will be presented by Hidayatullah.
Hello, I'm Imtihana. To continue further from Hila's explanation, However, to listen the words for understanding, we may check out an article written by 10A Pandey regarding both topics about how discourse relates to ideology, that the ideologies are largely acquired, spread, and reproduced by text and thought, and then the thought part which influenced by, according to Foucault, that is discourse in how it has meaning. Nothing has any meaning outside of discourse. This is because discourse, ways of talking about something, makes meaning. It is more likely to be credits of each existential word and scopes than to sum up with our latter opinion. Somehow they both relate by discourse, which mean everywhere, everything we say and do, some of which are connected to form meaningful, unique power relations which can be interpreted as representing a broader ideological position, capitalism. In practice, the world is far more complicated because not only are these terms contested, but understanding patterns in them is also known to be time-consuming because we are experienced in considering the environment around us as natural.